It's pretty easy to access recreational marijuana. You can get it online or you can get it in one of several different retail outlets like this across the GTA. But if you're one of the 330,000 Canadians who use medicinal marijuana, well, you're likely waiting at the mailbox for your meds. That's because federal and provincial regulations prevent pharmacies from actually dispensing medicinal pot. Now, despite this kind of hurdle, major pharmaceutical companies like Sandoz are entering the cannabis space.
There are actually currently 8 products in market, 3 which are gel caps and hard caps, and the other 5 which are oils. We're not in the smokable business, only non-smokable. And we're also working on additional products which will be other form factors which will make it easier for the patient to use the product in a safe way.
The Ontario Pharmacists Association is one of several groups that have been lobbying the provincial government to change the rules, not only so pharmacists can enter the growing field, but also to protect patients. Malik says there are 600 drugs that could have potential interactions with cannabis, with more than 120 of them classified as severe or significant.
We would love to see the Smoke-Free Ontario Act amended to allow pharmacies to be able to dispense, and now we're talking about non-combustible forms of cannabis products for medicinal use. But that's only part of the problem. We have a problem with the federal law.
We asked Canada's Minister of Health if the federal government was looking to make it easier to access medicinal cannabis through pharmacies.
There's been very little research when it comes to the medicinal use of cannabis.
She didn't address our question, but Campy points to several studies that have shown positive results for patients using cannabis.
There is enough proof out there through studies and clinical trials that there are definitely benefits for medical cannabis.
In a statement, Health Canada says enabling cannabis for medicinal purposes to be sold in pharmacies would require support from the provinces and territories, their regulatory authorities responsible for pharmacists, and pharmacists themselves. Health Canada has previously indicated that it is open to discussing other models of distributing cannabis for medicinal purposes, including pharmacy distribution if support exists.
We had conversations with both the federal and the provincial government, and what we're being told is that it's the responsibility of the other party. So we believe there's some confusion there.
Since legalization, 219 lobbyists, including pharmacies like Shoppers Drug Mart, have registered to try to persuade the government on cannabis-related issues, including retail space, regulations about locations, and its availability through pharmacies. It's one of the most lobbied single topics at the legislature. Yet Ontario's health minister has declined to comment on the issue, instead pushing us to the Attorney General, who 1 week after we first approached them still hasn't answered our questions about whether Ontario would consider allowing pharmacies to dispense medicinal marijuana in pill or oil forms. Cristina Howorun, City News.